enough of this nonsense. I mean, paying off loans for people that don't want it. They want to have some bizarre basket weaving, a degree, and they want all of us, people watching across this country, hardworking men and women, to subsidize their laziness and their inability to even try to contribute to society.
Well, basket weaving sounds like a lot of fun. The preliminary research I've done into the matter indicates that there are no four-year college degrees offered to individuals who are looking to hone their expertise on basket weaving. Just putting that out there. But what you just watched was yet another example of a right-winger having a mask-off moment to let the American people know exactly what she thinks about them. And of course, this is in response to Joe Biden agreeing to forgive a modest portion of student loan debt for student borrowers who make less than $125,000 a year. Now, she's not the only one who uses these talking points where they minimize the importance of getting a college degree. There's endless data showing that individuals who have who have gone to college, who have some college degree, tend to earn more. I mean, she herself went to college, and she went at a time when it was much more affordable. But anytime there is any effort to help ordinary people economically, that's when right-wingers and corporate Democrats, by the way, lose their minds. And what I love about this, and I think this was an unintended silver lining for Democrats. I don't think they intended this to happen, but through agreeing to, forgive some student loan debt, what the Democrats did is they forced Republicans to get out of their little culture war bubble and tell the truth about what they think about ordinary people, about working people, about people who want to get a higher education and better their lives. On one hand, they say, pick yourself up by the bootstraps. On the other hand, they'll slap you down the second your hand reaches the bootstrap, okay? That's who Republicans are. And Guilfoyle joined a string of Republicans who have come under fire in recent days for their snide responses to Biden's plan. The group includes Ted Cruz, who called graduates who will receive their loans slacker baristas. Lauren Boebert, who claimed the program funds Karen's daughter's degrees in dance theory. And Marco Rubio, who said how easy it was for him to pay off his own loans just by writing a book, everybody. Just write a book. Anyone can do that, right? Now, I also want to give you another example because Sean Hannity on his radio show was salty about the fact that this might actually help out some of his own employees. Let's listen.
The people that likely will benefit the most are middle class. Think about it. You get out of college, you're not making a lot of money. We have a lot of young people that work on my TV show. They're not making 125 grand. They're now eligible to get, in some cases, up to 20,000, in other cases, 10,000. And this is new Green Deal radical socialism.
Well, thanks for making the Green Deal and socialism sound pretty freaking awesome. But think about that, Cenk. He's mad that the people who work for him might get a little bit of financial relief. He thinks that's crazy.
Yeah. So there's two elements to this story. The Hannity part, though, is is a third one all by itself. I mean, I hear sometimes that Sean Hannity is a good guy because people have seen him tip a lot, right? Meanwhile, look at what he said about his own employees on air. What? You know how much Sean Hannity makes? He makes $40 million a year. And he's begrudging his producers for having $10,000 in student debt relief. $10,000, he makes $40 million. And what does he do? He does it, he gets that money just to kiss Donald Trump's ass. He talks for an hour on TV, and not like us, he doesn't research, he doesn't do facts. He just does propaganda, he just does talking points. It's the easiest job in the world. And he's begrudging his producers who actually prepare the show. What a sick guy. There's not a single Republican who's a generous. They're all greedy. They all dislike other people. They just want me. Which gets to the point I want to make. I think Anna's point is better, and I'm going to come back to that. Okay, but let's note their hypocrisy in this story. So Kimberly Guilfoyle, the scam that Trump is doing, where he's funneling money to himself and his kids that were contributions given to him by the grassroots. what Trump refers to as the suckers and losers. Ha ha, you donated money to me. Of course I'm gonna steal it. What do you think? I was gonna use it for the cause. So one of the ways that his family stole the money is Kimberly Guilfoyle gave a speech on January 6th that didn't even last 3 minutes. You know how much they paid her for that? Well, 3 minutes. I mean, 10,000 would be outrageous. 60,000. They paid her $60,000 for 3 minutes of speech, less than 3 minutes. So, and she says, oh, you're getting $10,000 or $20,000 relief when you actually went to school, worked your ass off, got a job, you're working your ass off to pay back those loans now. And she gets money for nothing, just robs her own supporters. But she thinks you're getting too much. Anna.
Yeah, I got to jump in because the point about her 3-minute speech on January 6th is obviously a devastating point. $60,000 for that is insane. But what's equally insane is how she and Don Jr. She's with Don Jr., right? Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry. Yeah. She and Don Jr. were raking in $50,000 each during their little college speaking tour, which was funded, I looked into this, which was funded by the tuition and fees the students at these universities were paying. So it's amazing. Yeah, go ahead.
So your student loans went to paying Kimberly Guilfoyle.
Yep.
Because a bunch of Republican donors that are probably alumni to that school forced them to give these gifts to these con men, these criminals. And then she has the nerve to say, oh, that was forgiven. I wanted the kids to pay me the thing I didn't deserve at all, okay? Now, the top criminal, Donald Trump. He's declared bankruptcy 6 different times. We're talking about $10,000 in student debt forgiveness. Let me tell you about just one of the 6 times. He said, yeah, I'm not gonna pay you. I owe all this money, I'm not gonna pay. Okay, he's a deadbeat, total, utter deadbeat. Just one of those times. Trump hotels and casinos resorts filed for bankruptcy again in 2004 after accruing about $1.8 billion in debt. So he's like 10,000 amateurs, $1.8 billion, one of his 6 bankruptcies. In total, billions upon billions where he was like, yeah, I took it, I used it, and I'm not gonna pay you back. Why? I'm not going to, because I'm a freaking criminal. And they think that the kids are doing basket weaving and that they got too much of a handout. Because after working their ass off for 4 years in college and working so hard to pay it back now, while they go to their daddy criminal and don't notice the billions that he did not pay back. It's absurd. The minute that any Republican said it, everyone in mainstream media should have been talking about it, and every Democrat should have been talking about the billions and billions and billions that Trump never paid back. But the Democratic Party is completely and utterly incompetent, and the media sucks. Okay, last thing.
Hold on. I gotta respond to the last thing you said because it's half true. But there was an example last week, I believe it was, from the Biden White House that I actually thought was great. So when Marjorie Greene was attacking the Biden administration over its student loan forgiveness plan, they just decided to quote tweet her. And they specifically mentioned the amount of money she had taken from the Paycheck Protection Program. And that loan was forgiven. So I like that they did that. And the White House got a lot of positive feedback because they were playing hardball, which is rare. We don't see that a lot from the Biden administration. And so I wanna give them some positive reinforcement so they do more of it because it's powerful. People like to see Democrats fighting back, especially if it's on their behalf.
Yeah, so that's a great point. So the reason why we celebrated that when that first came out was because it was such an exception. Like the reason we celebrate Fetterman all the time is because, hey, it's a Democrat that actually does the bare minimum and fights against his opponent. We're like, yes, finally, right? Why? Because the Democrats never do it. Anyway, but in this case, they did do a great job at it. Keep going, keep doing more of that. At least the Biden White House. Now, the reason I got frustrated at Democrats in the middle of this story is because half of them are going out there going, I don't like this. The Republicans are right. Sharice Davids, that loser in Kansas. You're never allowed to criticize corporate Democrats. Tim Ryan is doing a pretty good job against JD Vance in Ohio. I want him to be JD Vance really bad, but he comes out and he attacks this for no reason. They love to punch themselves in the face. Anyway, and every Republican is out there talking smack against hardworking Americans. Ted Cruz called them slacker baristas. Marco Rubio said, why don't you just go write a book like I did as a senator and pay off your loans? Lauren Boebert said that it was programming, giving money to, quote, Karen's daughter's degree in dance theory. So if you went to college, you just studied basket weaving or dance. But again, this goes to the best point, which was what Anna started with. They're all insulting the average guy out here. And they're insulting tens of millions of Americans. And so all you gotta do is do the right thing, Democrats. Do just a little bit of economic, I would love for you to do a lot of economic populism. But even when you do a little bit of economic populism, the Republicans fall right into their own trap. Please do more of that. Please be decent and do the right thing, and you'll be rewarded politically as well.